So sorry about that, but part 2 of this update. So you'll notice that I'm focusing on the arc, and that's what I was alluded to in the part 1 of the video, and that's because I want to use the heat gun to go around using the retaining wall and then create a portal there, tunnel portal. Now I'm hoping to keep the lip in it so that I don't have to cut it off to create a tunnel portal at a much shallower area. The reason for that is that it will still allow me to have the canal scene, hence the canal boat there. What you won't see is any of the buildings. Those were all Metcalfe buildings, and I've subsequently discovered that when I took that board off to cut it over the weekend, that the buildings have warped and gone out of shape slightly. Now I believe, talking to people like Hot Dog Auntie, that's down to the weather, which is rather disheartening. So I don't know, I'm going to put them all back and see how they are and see what they look like, but it does worry me that I'm going to have this reoccurring theme. So what I'm going to do is start looking at resin buildings and potentially wood ones which have been coated in varnish to give it a little bit of extra protection from the elements. So that's what I've done with the shed. Obviously I've tidied it up and got some there. I have also purchased other items which I'll bring out in due course, but I wanted to explain that my main objectives for the year are to well, for the summer at the very least, is to get all of this done along here, get the station done with for the building if possible, and get that all laid out and done. I want to put these, you'll see some security fences just there. Those security fences are going to go around the fire station, and I want to try and get the buildings and the housings, scene done. I've got some wooden fence panels, concrete fence panels, so I'm going to put those along and make a nice little scene there. The hedgerows that you see there, I'm looking to make a nice thing around the cottage, I think. And then I'll decide what I'll do. One thing that I haven't mentioned, which I'll just get down, 1 second. What did I do with these? Is that whilst I was at Key Model World, I bought these catenary. So they're going to go along there and sit like that, and obviously not leaning against the back wall, but they will go along there and make a nice catenary section for the 92 and the 90. What I need to do is work out the spacing. I bought some Pecco catenary wire, which will start where the canal boat is and then work my way along. Now you'll see that it goes single track and then double track, and one of the issues that I haven't thought of how I'm going to get around is that if I put there like that, it's going to transition into 2, and I don't know if you can split off a single wire into 2 or whether you have to start again. If you have to start from there with 2, then what I will do is continue the single one onto the one that goes across the track that's furthest out, and then the single one will just start there. Sorry, the inner track will start from the catenary and then go on there, and you'll just have to use your imagination. I'll probably need at least another pack of the catenary wire, probably 2 packs, and I don't know how many of these I'll need yet, but I will get obviously on order from Westall Wagger Works in the future. These obviously work really well. I think they're magnetic, so if I knock them, they bend over, so I'm less likely to cause a disaster with them. So I'm looking forward to messing with those in the future. I also want to get the cottage done, so that scene will be done, but again I can work on that in the kitchen or in the house without actually having to do it all from the shed, so that makes it easier, especially as they'll be on boards. One thing I wanted to say was a big shout out to making tracks. I really enjoyed going to Key Model World. It was really nice to see the layout, all 220 feet of it, and them getting the record. That was really good. I'm very impressed with that. Even though they had a few issues on the Saturday when I was there, it was still great to see it fully set up. Meeting Dave was a privilege, the guy who did the woodwork on it, and I also got to meet Donington Castle Model Railway, who was running some of the trains during the day. It was really good to meet him and chat with him briefly before he obviously had to get back to what he was doing, but he was a really nice chap. And yeah, one thing that I have also done is underneath I've tidied up some of the wires, and I am slowly but surely making a bus wire for 3 volts and a bus wire for 12 volts. That will allow me to put lights, etc., around the things without too much hassle. I've had a big tidy up in the shed as well, so it looks a lot neater. The trees there have come off the hill over to the left, so I'm going to put those somewhere, maybe in the town, give it a bit of depth and a bit of life. One of the things that I haven't mentioned is I'm likely to do a car park there, I think, and do some sort of scene with Network Rail there, providing Lynchy isn't on strike with his mates. So yeah, so far so good. Obviously I will keep everyone updated as I'm going to do things, but yeah, thank you for watching. Sorry it has to be split into 2 parts, and I hope I haven't bored you to death, but yeah, thank you for watching. Good night.